In the top stories, government announces the Budget 2025 National Forum. President Ali unveils bold reforms in Guyana's National Assembly. And Israeli airstrike on Gaza hospital courtyard kills 4 people and injured dozens. In the top stories, government announces the Budget 2025 National Forum. President Ali unveils bold reforms in Guyana's National Assembly. And Israeli airstrike on Gaza hospital courtyard kills 4 and injures dozens. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Monday, October 14th, 2024. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is excited to invite the public, private sector and civil society to the Budget 2025 National Forum scheduled for Wednesday, October 30th, 2024 from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort Ballroom. This pivotal event is set to engage stakeholders in meaningful discussions that will shape the national economic strategy for the coming year. Under the theme, Innovation, Inclusivity and Sustainability, or Path Forward, the forum will highlight the nation's unwavering commitment to creating resilient, progressive and inclusive economic strategies. As the government of St. Kitts and Nevis continues to navigate an evolving global landscape, it recognizes the critical role of innovation and sustainability in securing long-term growth. Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, along with other government ministers and renowned experts from the fields of finance, tourism, agriculture and infrastructure, will deliver presentations and facilitate discussions. Key discussion areas include economic growth strategies, addressing national priorities, public sector investments, fiscal responsibility and transparency, and opportunities for public participation. This forum will provide a rare opportunity for stakeholders to share their views and help shape the 2025 national budget. As a country, St. Kitts and Nevis remains committed to fostering public-private collaboration, promoting transparency, and encouraging inclusive growth. The insights and contributions will be invaluable as the government works together to forge a prosperous future for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. All stakeholders, including business leaders, community representatives, and the general public, are encouraged to attend and contribute to this vital discussion. The government of St. Kitts and Nevis remains dedicated to creating a resilient and inclusive economy through sound economic policies and sustainable growth strategies. By fostering innovation and ensuring transparency, the government aims to enhance the quality of life for all citizens and secure the country's future prosperity. The Honorable Conris Maynard, Minister of Information, Communication and Technology for St. Kitts and Nevis, has been elected Vice President of the Caribbean Telecommunications Union, or CTU. The election took place during the CTU's General Conference of Ministers on October 2nd and positions St. Kitts and Nevis to play a key role in advancing technology across the region. Minister Maynard's new role as Vice President provides St. Kitts and Nevis with with a strategic platform to influence the development of innovative telecommunications solutions. His focus will be on expanding broadband access, enhancing cybersecurity, and promoting sustainable technological growth throughout the Caribbean. His leadership is expected to boost regional connectivity and foster economic growth, improving the quality of life for citizens. The CTU, an organization representing 20 member countries, plays a pivotal role in shaping the telecommunications landscape in the Caribbean. Regional leaders have expressed enthusiasm about Minister Maynard's election, seeing it as an opportunity to strengthen the Caribbean's influence in global telecommunications. And finally, on the local scene, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis is pleased to announce that Dr. Steve D. Whitaker, an internationally recognized expert in environmental health and air quality, will deliver the keynote address at the National Dialogue on Indoor Air Quality. The event is set for Wednesday, October 23, 2024 at 9 a.m. at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort Ballroom. Dr. Whitaker, who holds a PhD in environmental health sciences from Yale University, is renowned for his contributions to global health, climate change adaptation, and air quality research. With over a decade of experience, his work addresses the health impacts of poor indoor air quality and exposure risks. His keynote will focus on the importance of improving indoor air quality to promote healthier spaces across government, businesses, and communities, aligning with the Sustainable Island State agenda of St. Kitts and Nevis. The dialogue, open to the public, will feature contributions from various experts, including government officials, health professionals, architects, and engineers. Breakout sessions will explore actionable solutions and the development of a national indoor air quality policy with a focus on improving respiratory health, productivity, and environmental safety. Registration is free and can be completed online via a QR code on the event poster. This is a must-attend event for anyone interested in air quality, public health, and environmental sustainability. We move now to news on the regional scene. President Dr. Irfan Ali kicked off a new session of Guyana's National Assembly last Thursday, unveiling a series of measures under the government's Vision 2030 initiative ahead of next year's general election. The agenda includes sweeping reforms aimed at transforming the economy, education, healthcare, and social services. Among the key announcements was the creation of Guyana's first digital school, part of the government's push for a fully functional digital economy. Ali stated that the school would offer education from nursery through grade 12 with AI-driven support and will also include vocational training and extracurricular activities. Notably, the digital platform will be accessible to CARICOM citizens. Other major reforms include a one-off $200,000 Guyanese cash grant to all households, expected to inject 60 billion Guyanese dollars into the economy, as well as raising the minimum public sector wage to $100,000 by 2025. Ali also announced the abolition of tuition fees at the University of Guyana starting in January 2025, benefiting around 11,000 students. In healthcare, a $10,000 universal healthcare voucher will be introduced to fund basic tests for non-communicable diseases, potentially aiding 500,000 people. The government also plans to halve electricity costs by the end of next year. President Ali emphasized that these initiatives are designed to promote prosperity and equity as Guyana progresses toward its Vision 2030 goals. And in other regional news, hundreds of passengers were stranded on the French Caribbean island of Martinique on Friday after protesters stormed the tarmac, forcing a temporary shutdown of the island's main airport. The protests, sparked by outrage over the high cost of living, are the latest in a series of violent demonstrations that have gripped the island since Monday. The airport in Fort-de-France resumed operations by mid-morning, but the overnight closure disrupted numerous flights. Authorities urged passengers to contact their airlines for updates. French Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau confirmed that police had regained control of the airport and that reinforcements were being sent to the island. He acknowledged local frustrations over high prices, stating, quote, "We will reestablish order, but we also have to address the people's concerns," end quote. On Thursday night, demonstrators clashed with police who used tear gas to defend the airport entrance where hundreds of stranded passengers had sought shelter. Some flights were diverted to the nearby island of Guadeloupe, leaving around 500 passengers stuck at the Fort-de-France airport. Protests in Martinique this week have turned increasingly violent, with at least one person killed and several officers injured. Demonstrators have set fire to a police station and road barricades as anger over economic conditions and inequality continues to escalate. Authorities have imposed another curfew and banned public demonstrations in some areas. Internationally, an Israeli airstrike hit the courtyard of Al-Aqsa Martyrs Hospital in central Gaza early Monday, killing at least 4 people and leaving dozens injured, many with severe burns. The strike sparked a fire that spread throughout a tent camp housing displaced civilians, according to a Palestinian medical official. The Israeli military stated it targeted militants hiding among civilians, thought it provided no evidence. The hospital, already struggling after an earlier strike on a school turned shelter that killed at least 20, was overwhelmed by the influx of wounded. Images from the scene showed injured children and distressed parents. 40 people were reported injured, with 25 suffering severe burns. This airstrike is part of Israel's year-long military campaign in Gaza, launched after Hamas's October 2023 attack on southern Israel. The war has displaced 90% of Gaza's population, and over 42,000 Palestinians have been killed. Israel's evacuation orders for the north is ongoing. Orders for the north and ongoing military actions continue to fuel concerns about potential violations of international law, as the conflict also spreads into southern Lebanon, where Israel is battling Hezbollah. And in the United States, a small plane crashed into a residential neighborhood in Savannah on Sunday night, killing the pilot and injuring a passenger, according to local authorities. The Savannah Police Department reported that the crash occurred on East 66th Street, about 3 miles south of the city's historic district. Police confirmed that the pilot died at the scene, while the passenger sustained minor injuries. Fortunately, no one on the ground was harmed. The Savannah Professional Firefighters Association shared a photograph of the wreckage in front of a house, noting the crash happened just before 10 p.m. The cause is still under investigation by the Federal Aviation Administration. Authorities are continuing to work at the scene as they determine what led to the tragic accident. And now for the weather. Present weather is cloudy skies with slight dust haze. Winds are a gentle breeze of 11 miles per hour from a northeasterly direction. The temperature for today is 32 degrees Celsius or 89 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas are 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet, with northerly swells up to 1.5 meters or 5 feet. Weather forecast for today and tonight predicts fair to partly cloudy skies with a 30% or a low chance of showers. Sunset for today will be at 5:50 p.m. and sunrise tomorrow will be at 6:04 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey.